Howdy. Hi. Yeah. I have no idea how to start this. I hit record and I've got no idea how I was going to start this. Yeah, I decided to start a vlog channel. Sort of. Or rather, I decided to start vlogging. This may or may not turn into a vlog-based channel, and I may or may not make another channel based around art and other things. We shall see how it goes. I'm not one for making big decisions before I've kind of tried stuff out, so we shall see. You'll have to excuse that. I do have a bit of a stutter, just a little bit. Probably won't even notice it most of the time. I'll probably notice it more than most people do. But yeah. I couldn't think of anything to say at first for this particular vlog, so it was going to be a very quick one, and then literally as I finished recording the first very, very awkward attempt, something sparked in my mind and I came up with an idea. So I was going to discuss that today after I've made a few points. One being that I want you guys to be involved in kind of deciding what these videos are going to be about. If there is a topic you would like to hear me discuss, or there are just questions, I can do question and answer videos. I don't know, if you just want to see me do something silly, then go ahead and leave a suggestion and I shall decide whether or not I want to partake. Probably will, because why not? Yeah. So today, just after I finished recording my very first awkward attempt, the idea sparked into my mind that this first episode of Riley's Vlogs can be about accents, because it seems to be a conversation I get into quite often with people, because a lot of my friends, like kind of online friends that are better than my real life friends, online friends are American, most of them, or from somewhere else in Europe, and they all dig the English accent. I can't understand why. I don't think my accent is anything special in particular, but they love it. I suppose it's just because it's new and exciting. So yeah, I'm just gonna readjust this because I kind of don't like being that close to the camera. Yeah. So accents. Yeah, yay. Obviously, I have an English accent. I come from England. I have an English accent. Although, a lot of people that live in the same town as me, that I've kind of grown up with, have stated that I have a particularly odd accent for the area that I come from. I have a very posh accent. I don't know how that came about, because I've lived within the same area of England for my entire life, and none of those areas have a particularly posh accent. I pick up accents really easily, so I couldn't understand why I ended up having such a posh accent, because everywhere that I've lived before have really distinct accents that sound absolutely nothing like the one that I speak with now. I used to have a really, really kind of, we call it black country. It's an area in England, if anyone's unaware. They have a very distinct accent, and I used to have that accent, and it was awful on me. I didn't sound right with me at all. After I dropped that accent, I ended up with something incredibly posh, and I have no idea how, because no one else I know speaks this posh at all, except maybe a couple of the teachers at school who come from other areas. I don't know. So yeah, that is my accent in a nutshell. Although we also noticed, because I have Irish, what's the word? Heritage. I have Irish heritage, and we've noticed that I'm doing it now. Every so often, I do get a bit of an Irish twang to my accent without even realising it, and I can't say Irish or Ireland without an Irish accent. The more you know. More about accents. I quite enjoy accents. I'll be honest. I really enjoy them. No matter where they're from, I quite enjoy listening to how different people talk. Different dialects. I enjoy language as well. So accents kind of became something I was very much into. I am very aware of the differences in American accents. Yay! I'm one of the few people within England that know that there are differences in America, and I quite enjoy all the American accents, to be honest. I would just like to point out now that everyone has an accent, whether they like to think they do or don't, or whether they believe that they do or don't. Everybody has an accent. You might not notice it as much as someone from a different area than you might, because you live with people and you see people on a daily basis that have a same or similar accent to you, so you may not notice it. However, if you are from another country, then say if you come from Iceland, just by random pick, if you come from Iceland and you listen to this video, you will say, I have a very distinct English accent. Whereas I might say, well, I don't think I do have an accent because everyone I know speaks with an English accent. Like, everyone I see on a daily basis speaks with an English accent, so I wouldn't notice it as much. However, I still have that accent. I still have an English accent, and it would be more noticeable to someone who came from somewhere other than England to pick up on. I mainly see this with Americans. I keep bringing up Americans in this, and I'm sorry if this offends anyone in America. That was not my intent at all. But I've noticed a lot of Americans like to think they don't have an accent, because whether it's because they're kind of ignorant or what, I don't know. But I've noticed a lot of people saying, like, oh, well, I don't think I do have an accent. Well, you do. You might not notice it, but I would notice it because I don't hear that kind of accent on a daily basis. So yeah, that was my kind of tiny little mini rant about that, because it does irritate me a bit when people are adamant that they don't have an accent, and they do, because everyone has one. Yeah. I think that was everything I wanted to say. This was still incredibly awkward. Not as awkward as the first attempt, but still quite awkward. Leave suggestions for anything you'd like me to talk about, or questions you'd like me to answer, or things you'd like me to do. Anything at all. Anything you could think of, and I will seriously consider it. Yeah, I think that's everything. So I shall see you next time. Goodbye.